Hello, Pete.
Hello, fellas. You've come to see the stuff, have you?
Indeed, mate. Yeah, thank you, Rick Kelly. Thank you much. Thank you.
So yeah, Peter, show us what you got.
Oh, what do you want to know?
Wow. Okay. So straight away you can see a huge, thick poster there. Tell us about that poster, Peter.
It's an original 82 poster. Got it framed and managed to get it LED'd up as well, which looks quite effective. Got it signed by the man a couple of years ago.
What have we got down here? What's this?
That's part of the Norwegian helicopter that he blew up at the beginning of the thing. It's the trip I made in 2016 to British Columbia, and I managed to get part of the rotor back home. So yeah, we were searching the site, and my girlfriend pointed out there was a chunk of metal over on yonder. When I met him in Manchester, I managed to get that signed as well.
Is that the script?
Yeah, it's a photocopy, which is the full script of the film. You can see some writing on the front from the production notes and that.
Right, tell us about this jacket. This is the latest acquisition or something, yeah?
Yeah, this is a production crew jacket from '82 up in LA. All the cast and crew were given one. Dave owned it, so I keep in touch with a chap called Von Babesin, who worked on the production of the movie. So I've been in touch with him, who Dave is. And he says there was 2 Daves and 2 Davids on the set, but he seems to think this was a chap called Dave Kelsey, who worked on the movie. So he's been in touch with Dave, and hopefully I'm going to be in touch with him soon. But yeah, this was his jacket.
You got some plans there, Peter. What are these plans here?
These, well, we're planning on going back to the filming location in 2022 for the 40th anniversary. And a good friend of mine up in Scotland called Dougie Rankin and his father Danny Rankin, they're helping me on the project. His father's not actually coming out, but he's done these drawings, because what we're going to be doing is building Kurt Russell's shack to scale for the 40th anniversary. So I'm going to be doing a test build, so we're going to be using these drawings to do that. And I've actually had one of them signed. I think that's upstairs, but yeah, we're going to be working to John Carpenter's side drawings. A friend of mine in London, RJ McCready, goes by. He gave me these when I went down to see the Carpenter concert in London. This is the Thing art book. Some incredible stuff in here. A lot of the fans got together and did artwork. It's not a storybook or anything. It's just full of very, very good artwork. Yeah, so I actually have a friend who's an artist, and he was included in the book. David Kennedy, very talented guy. This was a series of comics that came out. Dark Horse, if I'm correct, yeah. Dark Horse Comics. Thing from the it was a follow-on from the movie, and they brought it out into hardback, which I was lucky enough to grab hold of. This is quite an old book. I forget what year it is. Yeah, 1 and 6. Don't deal in that anymore.
The storyboards you've got here as well.
Yep, this is Art of Plug. Pretty cool book to have. This is an original piece of his storyboard that you get with the file. Yeah, so any film has a storyboard, doesn't it? It was Mike Plug that did it for John Carpenter's The Thing. As you can see, these are clearly from the kennel scenes. So when I met John Carpenter in 2016, he was telling me how Roy Arbogast, they got an old helicopter, you know, mocked it up to look like a real one, and they blew it up on the set. So this is Mike Plug's storyboard of that happening, and obviously this is where the rotor comes from. Outpost 31, yeah, it's a cracking fan site. It's run by a friend of mine, Todd Cameron. I mean, it's just anything thing. There's nearly 6,000 members on the website, but I keep in touch, and I've met quite a few of the guys that I talk with on there. And everyone from the website are the people that's helping me out on the shack build. Some of the guys up in the Monster Mania convention, which is in New Jersey. Richard Massor, Thomas G. Waits, Peter Maloney, and Wilfred Brimley. So they were all very kindly signed some stuff for me. They all signed this Drew Struzan artwork as well. I also got Dean Cundy, who was director of photography, and John Carpenter's signature on that one as well. And this is one of my favourite pieces. This was done by my friend Dougie Rankin up in Scotland. It's a laser cut stainless steel plate that I took along to one of the concerts that John Carpenter did, and very luckily managed to get it signed.
Nice one, Peter. So you brought us upstairs. So what's upstairs? What are these pictures on the wall here?
First one here is a picture signed by the Outpost 31 crew from when we met the cast in New Jersey a couple of years ago. Yeah, this is me and Todd Cameron, Matthew G. Quanto. Yeah, so this is from the Thing art book again. This is my friend David Kennedy. This is one of his pieces he put in. And this is a little bit more blown up than in the book, so if you look carefully, coming out of the helicopter, you can see the footsteps. He's retraced the footsteps, and then when they find the hole in the ice, and if you look carefully, it actually makes a question mark. So this is the Alan Dean Foster novelisation, or the cover to it, and I got this signed by Dean Cundy and John Carpenter. A friend of mine, Jason Fortin, who lives out in Boston, he got me this signed by Drew Struzan. We've got a couple of Thing laser discs. Carpenter's Escape from New York, that's signed by Alan Howarth. This is John Carpenter, his son Cody and Daniel Davis, they're the band for the anthology tour. And just a couple of pieces really. They Live LP, signed by Alan Howarth again. This is a screen used barrel that was used in the Blair Monster scene. If you look in the background, there's a pile of barrels. Again, my friend in America, Todd Cameron, he had a series of them and very kindly donated one to me.
So that's from the miniature set?
Yeah, it was Susan Turner's 1:6 scale Blair Monster scene.
And what are these little pieces here? This is what you found when you visited?
Yeah, these are from the filming location in British Columbia, just bits of construction items. That was a nail, a bracket. This is a piece of timber from the set itself, that would have been one of the buildings. This is a electrical junction box that would have been used to, a series of these would have been used to blow up the set at the end of the film. This one I picked up in British Columbia. This was on the floor directly underneath where McCready's shack was built. And this is from McMurdo, which is the station they were trying to reach in the film. I had a friend called Adam Doan who actually worked at McMurdo. So I split half of my rock, he split half of his, so we got a collaboration of the two. Nice. My friend Jason Fortin, he gave me this one. A couple of them I got off this collector guy that I got the book off and what have you. Yeah, it's the Outpost number 31 crew that I took that along to New Jersey. We all had a J&B tipple in honour of McCready. So this is quite an interesting comic. It's a Starstream. It's the first time that Who Goes There was put into comic form. Quite rare, I think, I'm not sure, but I got this signed by John as well. Just received this one this morning from a chap called Paulania in Australia. Very kindly sent this over, nice little piece. Blu-ray disguised as a VHS. Yeah, my friend Dougie Rankin, who made this plate as well, who made the big plate downstairs, he hand paints these. He has his own company, Sulaco Steel and Plastic, and he does a lot of this laser cutting, and also hand paints these for any customers that want them. This is off a friend of mine, Ernie Hayes. He lives in Manchester. He sent me this little beer opener, which I obviously use quite often. A nice little addition to the fridge.